Hey everyone, welcome back to LeapTalk English, your calm little corner to practice real English through honest conversations.
I'm Albert.
And I'm Mary. We created this space so you can slow down, breathe, and learn natural English without pressure. Just relax, listen, and let the language come to you naturally.
Today we're talking about a phrase that almost everyone has heard and many people have mixed feelings about.
Yes, everything happens for a reason. Depending on the day, this sentence can feel comforting, or it can make you want to stay completely silent.
A very long silence.
Exactly. Sometimes people say things that sound nice, but the timing feels completely wrong.
Like when your life is falling apart and someone smiles and says, "Don't worry, it's destiny."
It sounds comforting for about 2 seconds, and then real pain walks into the room.
And real pain usually doesn't come with perfect hair or a prepared speech.
No, it really doesn't.
That's why today's conversation feels so interesting. This one phrase can feel beautiful to some people and frustrating to others.
For some, it brings comfort.
For others, it brings a tiny eye roll.
Okay, sometimes a big eye roll.
Thank you for being honest.
But that's what makes this topic real. Most of us have said this phrase, many of us have heard it, and a lot of us are still trying to figure out how we really feel about it.
Because when life hurts, we desperately want meaning. We want to believe the pain isn't just random.
A breakup, losing a job, a friendship ending, or a plan that completely falls apart. These moments make us ask big questions.
Why me? Why now? What is even happening right now?
That last question is very real.
When something painful happens, our mind wants an answer immediately, but meaning doesn't always come right away. Sometimes it comes much later, and sometimes we are the ones who slowly create it.
So today, we're not just talking about one sentence. We're talking about the space between pain and meaning, the very human need to make sense of difficult moments.
And as always, while we talk, you'll naturally hear useful English words and expressions. This is a B2 level episode, so don't worry if you don't catch every word the first time. Just relax and enjoy the feeling of the conversation.
Later in the episode, we'll also do a calm word tour where we explain the most useful vocabulary from today. So if life has ever confused you,
If a painful moment ever changed your direction,
or if you've ever looked back and thought, I'm not the same person anymore,
then this moment might feel very close to home.
tell us in the comments, do you believe everything happens for a reason? Or do we create the reason later?
All right, let's begin. Why do people want so badly to believe that everything happens for a reason?
Because not knowing why something is happening is a very uncomfortable place to be. It's like your mind keeps knocking on a door and nobody answers.
Exactly. When life feels random, we start looking for any pattern we can find.
Even a painful answer can sometimes feel better than no answer at all. We just want something to hold on to, a reason, a lesson, anything that makes the pain feel a little less loose.
That's a beautiful way to say it. Pain with no meaning can feel like trying to carry water in your hands.
Yes, and maybe this phrase doesn't always come from deep wisdom. Sometimes it comes from hope or from fear of chaos.
Hope sounds kinder, because if there's a reason, maybe the pain is leading somewhere better, even if we can't see it yet.
That can gently change how we see the situation. Two people can go through the same pain, but their perception can be completely different.
Perception means the way you understand or interpret something.
Exactly. And sometimes, looking back, people say the ending felt inevitable.
Inevitable means it was probably going to happen anyway. The signs were already there.
But here's the interesting part. The same sentence can feel healing to one person and irritating to another. Timing matters so much.
If someone says everything happens for a reason while you're still crying and in shock, it can feel too early. And not moment, you don't need a reason. You just need someone to see your pain.
Yes, sometimes before we need meaning, we need to feel seen, just someone sitting with us without trying to fix everything.
That's why this freeze can hurt, not because the words are wrong, but because they come too soon.
Real healing is slower. Some feelings linger for a long time. Some things stay unresolved.
And not all pain turns into wisdom in 5 minutes. Some pain is just painful.
But later, some difficult moments do become turning points. Rejection and loss can feel awful at first, but sometimes they break the illusion that our old plan was right for us.
Looking back, those memories can feel bittersweet.
Bittersweet means both painful and meaningful at the same time.
We're not only grieving the loss, we're also grieving the future we had imagined.
And maybe the meaning wasn't there from the beginning. Maybe we slowly create it later. We draw meaning from the experience.
That idea gives us some power back. Instead of saying the universe wrote a perfect lesson, we say, I didn't choose this pain, but I can still decide what I carry forward from it.
Yes, we don't have to call the pain beautiful. We just refuse to let it stay empty.
But we have to be careful not to romanticize pain too much. Not every painful thing is noble or transformative.
Transformative means it causes a deep change in you.
Some things are simply sad and unfair. The wound was still a wound.
So, what does healthy acceptance look like?
Maybe it looks like this. Not everything happens for a reason we can see right away. Not every pain has to become a beautiful story, but over time, we can come to terms with it.
To come to terms with something means to slowly make peace with it, not because it was fair, but because carrying the same heavy pain forever becomes too much.
Acceptance is not always, I'm glad it happened. Sometimes it's just, it happened. It changed me, and now I want to live from here.
Before we finish, let's do our calm word tour and look at some beautiful vocabulary from today.
First, perception. It means the way you see or interpret something.
Inevitably, certain to happen, impossible to avoid.
Nuance, a small but important difference in meaning or feeling.
Lingering, staying longer than expected, especially feelings.
Unresolved, not yet settled or healed.
Bittersweet, feeling both happy and sad at the same time.
Draw meaning from, to find value or insight from an experience.
Transformative, causing a deep or important change.
And finally, come to terms with, to slowly accept something and make peace with it.
These words can really help you talk about life in a deeper, more natural way.
Today wasn't about finding perfect answers. It was about learning how to carry the questions a little more gently.
Take care of your English and take care of your heart.
This is Mary and Albert from LeapTalk English.
See you in the next conversation. Bye. And don't forget, tell us in the comments, do you believe everything happens for a reason, or do we create the reason later?